Um, I really enjoyed the Predator movie.
Oh yeah.
That was a really good one. Um,
So what
in
did you
terms of
like
like
about it?
indigenous cinema. Well, I okay, well, I kind of like the Predator movies,
Yeah, and in my
and
opinion, it really is like it's got to be the second best one, only to the first one.
to
I
get to the
think.
chopper.
Yeah, I mean, the first one is like the reason why we all love it, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
um,
Yeah, it can't if it's just like airing on TV sometime and it comes up and like my husband sees it, like we have to finish watching it from wherever it is.
yeah, there's something special about that.
Yeah, but well, I love Predator and I love sci-fi, but I also think I love futurism and even like past futurism, if that makes sense. Like, and of course it kind of harkens to that whole like ancient aliens idea, where of course if there's aliens that have been coming to the planet now, they would have been coming a long time ago, and there's all these weird archaeological drawings that show these might be aliens or whatever. But I love that, the predator mythology, what you see it being set up as being incorporated into this indigenous mythology. And a lot
Yep.
of indigenous mythologies have the a creature, a cryptozoological creature that is sometimes evil, like a skinwalker, or a wendigo, um or a manito, or my or something that's kind of a good and evil, a creator and a destructor, or even something like Sasquatch. um so I think it's cool, and then it kind of falls in line with how a lot of tribes have kind of their like a mythical creature that's dangerous and powerful, and you know maybe helpful, maybe not. um so that's what I thought was really really cool about it, and again, a female protagonist.
Yeah. Do you know if anyone wasn't indigenous was a writer on there, or I mean if they did that
No,
intentionally? I don't know anything about
i
it.
I think that there had to be, um because they also produced it in, I think they produced it in additional languages. I think you can, oh yeah, you can watch it in Comanche.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I'm not sure about, I don't know all the
And I
history
wonder
on the
how
writer.
accurate that was, like between her relationship with her and the rest of the tribe, because like it seemed like a lot of the guys didn't want her to go, and I don't
Yeah, a
know.
bunch of that was bullshit. Yeah,
Okay,
there
I
was a
wondered
bunch of
about
that
that.
shit with the brother. Everybody was just like, oh, okay,
So
nobody would be
that,
blocking her like that. That was definitely like manufactured.
yeah, and
Yeah,
that I think is part of mainstream culture that we have today. That's just like something that's a trope, I think, right now.
yeah, yeah. I think so. It's a point of pushback, to propel the story.
Yeah.
In my opinion, they really needed it. There was another movie that I really liked.
But that Predator movie was epic, that it was just like, it was set in that time and it was something different. I mean, the Predator movies have been just kind of like, I don't know. They're guilty pleasures, even if they're bad, though. I always
I
watch
know,
them,
I
you
know,
know.
right?
Like,
But
there's a Hunger Games style one that came out,
yeah,
like, and I like that one. It's not as good as this one, but
I just love the whole makeup, like the whole
yeah,
hair thing, and then like the mouth thing, and it's always good, and always like just I love it. Okay, there was another movie, and I can't think of the name of it right now. Okay, sorry. Um,
Oh, you're good.
It was called. Oh shoot. Okay. It's about drones.
About drones?
Yeah. Um. Okay. Why can I find it? Night Raiders. Night Raiders. It's called Night Raiders. Okay, so again, near future dystopia where some indigenous folks, I think, on the border of US and Canada are kind of on the run. And it's kind of like a story um, where children are very rare. And so people are hiding their kids and trying to smuggle their kids around so their kids aren't abducted by the government. And so the story is about a mother and her daughter and their attempt to stay away from these forces, and ultimately how they get caught up in this system. And the mom's um, her attempt to free her daughter from this system in partnership with some of these, um, kind of outside the social boundaries group of indigenous folks who are.
Okay.
So it's good. It's kind of like a near future indigenous underground railroad, plus pulls in the whole like residential school history, repeats that, um, and has some really cool like technology twists. I really
Okay.
like it.
Is
Highly
it like a
recommend Night
drama?
Raiders. It's like a I would say it I would call it a thriller.
Okay.
Um it's kind of a drama, but also it's a action adventure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's just like you said. I think it's so cool that um, just different cultures are getting more TV shows, like where that's the focus, and they're written
Yeah.
by people from that culture, and the actors. Like, it's ridiculous to me when it is a big pet peeve of mine, and it's something I've only thought of like the last 5 years. But when a show is intentionally trying to market that they're like, I don't know, they're based on this culture, but then the lead is not, like, they're white, and they're just
Yeah.
pretending to be somebody from that culture,
Oh
you know,
yeah.
because like maybe you can be passing for that culture, but really you're not, and everyone
Yeah.
knows it. Um,
There's the whole like competing
you can take it too
um
far sometimes, but
yeah. Yeah. There's the whole like the white fantasy of being adopted into a tribe and being able to shed all the trappings of, you know, modern culture that's restrictive for
oh really?
certain.
I
Yeah,
didn't
I
know
mean
that.
that's
I was not aware of that.
oh man, I see that a lot in a lot of movies where, the white person is like, I'm just gonna stay out here forever with the tribe
Oh yeah, like
and never
Avatar.
return to society. Yeah, like Avatar. Um,
Everybody loves Avatar. I don't.
I do too. It's
I
a total
I'm
knockoff.
not. I'm not into Avatar. I
It's
was just
visually
telling my wife, I
beautiful.
was like, yeah, who cares? That guy wanted to go be part of them, but it,
It's a visually beautiful story and a total white saviorism. It's white saviorism. And
yeah.
that is a very, very popular story. The well-intentioned
And
white
see, I just
person.
when you said white saviorism, then I thought about it for a second, and I'm like, yeah, that's what it is. But I never saw it that way until you just said that, you know. But really,
Oh,
it
you're
is.
gonna
It's like
see
a
it so much.
yeah, it's like this white guy from the military goes to their world and he saves them from basically just other white people
Yeah.
that were
Yeah.
like he
Or
switches over to their
themselves.
sides. Right.
Yeah, but eventually has to go back unless he's the guy that, you know, disavows modernism altogether.
Okay, but Tom Cruise is my favorite actor of all time, and he's white, so I can't.
No, for
Yeah,
real?
I'm not. I'm not writing off all white actors because I love Tom Cruise so much.
No.
he's he's the best. He's the best of all time.
I don't want to have to write you off, Trevor. No, that's a. I can tell that's a deeply held belief, and I can totally understand why. But I also love to hear the
Do you like Tom
the
Cruise?
logic. I think he's fucking weird.
Well, who cares about that? I mean,
Yeah. Um.
he's an
You know
amazing actor, and his movies are always so good.
he he's a bonkers actor, and I think that's why he plays so well on screen. Is because he plays crazy characters, and I think he's like really out
I do think he's a
there.
weirdo. But honestly, I don't know him, and it's like
I don't either. I don't either.
maybe he's not a weirdo. I don't know. I don't think I could ever get behind Scientology.
I was just gonna throw that in there,
Yeah, but
but
but like, okay, don't you think? And Scientology. There's really not a lot of standing up for it, but like, but but don't you just think that like people's religions that you don't understand always come across negative? And it's like, well, I don't know, you don't understand it. I don't know. I really like to give people's religions that I don't understand the benefit of the doubt.
yeah,
Scientology though is pretty rough. Like it's because I have heard a few things about it. So,
yeah. A couple movies that I've watched where I'm like, oh, this is okay, yeah, weird. Uh,
but besides that, like,
More
I
made up
mean,
than usual.
did you see the new Top Gun movie? It's
Yes, okay, and I loved it.
of
I
course, it's
loved
so
it.
good.
And I watched the old one the night before, and so like all the callbacks and all the jokes were like super fresh, and I really just like reveled in it. And also, I was exhausted by the time I got out of that movie because I don't like that kind of movie, or like when I'm watching like like Greco-Roman wrestling, I just have to like strain to like help people. And so like they're pulling all those G's and I'm just like holding my breath and like trying not to pass out for them. And
Yeah,
then oh
it's an
god, and then I
intent.
get
It's so intense in the movie theater.
yes, a scene would be over and then I'd be like and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I was trying to withstand all those G's."
But like Tom directed that too. Like I think
Yeah.
he's the reason it's like that.
Yeah, he is
I could probably talk about Tom Cruise for hours and hours, so we
I
don't
mean, I
have to do it.
probably could too. What I think is so interesting about Tom Cruise is if you watch his movies, how creative the camera angles always have to be when he is in close with
Yeah, because he's
someone
so
else,
short.
because he's so short. So
Yeah,
he's either standing on something, or they're doing something creative with the camera angle so that he looks at least as tall as the person that he's on screen with, or when they, try to make him look taller than somebody. I just thought about the same thing when they did that with the hobbits. I'm like, wow, this is a
Y-
really cool, like,
yeah, yeah.
like a,
There's
visual
there's a
effect.
scene when he's talking to Miles Teller, who's like Goose's son Rooster,
Yeah.
and they both just like got out of their busted planes and they're in the enemy territory and they're like pushing each other like, why'd you do that? And they didn't do a good job of masking how short Tom Cruise is, and Miles Teller looks like a giant. Like, why did you do that? And I think about that every time. I'm like, oh, they didn't do it well. Like Tom's just like,
Oh,
you
it's not
know.
just me. Oh, I'm glad it's not just me because I definitely looked for that.
And I you know how like he's always running in all of his movies,
Oh
and
my gosh, yes, intensely sprinting.
yeah, and I didn't think there was a running scene. I've seen the Top Gun movie like 3 times cuz I always watch it on the plane now cuz I like, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, it
But anyway,
feels apropos.
um
Was there a
when he
sprint scene in there? It
yeah,
feels like
there
he
is.
always has to do like a
Yeah,
100-meter dash. I
it's
feel
at
like
the
he
end.
practices that so that he can do it in every movie.
Yeah, it's at the end. It's like when Miles Teller crashes and he has to run to him. He doesn't, but the thing is, he doesn't have to run to him, and it's like literally only a second long, and he's running behind some trees. But you do see him, and he's doing the full like arm thing. Yeah,
He just did like so many push-ups before that too. Like,
yeah.
I gotta say, I really loved him in The Last Unicorn. Did you? Are you into those kind of like fantasies from our youth?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
The Last Unicorn? I'm pretty sure that's what it's called.
The Last
This is
Samurai.
Oh, I mean, that was another one. Yeah. Also kind of a Last Unicorn. Okay, wait, was that the one? No, it's called Legend. Legend
Oh, I haven't seen that.
with Tom Cruise. Oh, it's from like it's old. It's from 85. Were you born then?
No.
Shoot.
That's okay. I'll go back and watch old Tom Cruise movies.
Okay, like if I can point you to a Tom Cruise that you haven't seen, you got to go back and watch Legend.
Okay.
Um, it's a classic fantasy from our youth. Like, did you ever see The Dark Crystal?
Nope.
Labyrinth?
So I know what Labyrinth is, but I haven't seen it.
Oh my gosh, we have so much work to do.
Yeah.
We have some work to do. That's okay. That's all right. They're still around. Got
Okay.
plenty of time. But yeah, you definitely prioritize Legend because that is very young Tom. And then you're gonna be like, oh my god, look, he did this before he did his teeth and his whole face, really. But it's romantic in the capital R sense.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll like that.